It looks as if they're coming under orders for this, the first race of the festival, and for it we join Peter O'Sullivan.
Thank you, Richard. Yes, the white flag up. And John Frankham and Half Free jump off well with Champagne Charlie and Ryeman right up with them, and the blinkered Ryeman is going to land over the first of the 8 flights in the lead. Ryeman doesn't jump it too well, but at the top of it, but got away with it. And all 19 safely over the first. They make their way towards the second flight. Ryeman in the lead from Champagne Charlie and Half Free and St. Jonathan. Just in behind them come Tennis Track. Behind Tennis Track is Boreen Door. And then Stormy Spring and Silka Key and Noblissimo. And Okra Bora on the inside of Okra Bora, Bold Agent. But Ryeman, the blinkered Ryeman, the only blinkered runner with a commanding advantage as they jump the second. Ryeman a long way clear of Champagne Charlie and Boreen Door and Half Free on the inside, St. Jonathan and Okra Bora, and then comes Glasgow Central. Behind them Boreen Prince, and the back marker at the moment is Shady Nook. And it's still Ryeman with a very commanding advantage of about 12 lengths at the moment from Champagne Charlie and Glasgow Central and Boreen Door, and then Okra Bora and Half Free on the inside, and then Tennis Track and Boreen Prince, and then Omnipotent, and on the inner then is Istimur. Behind Istimur is Stormy Spring, and then Silka Key and Noblissimo, and then Maori Venture. And the 3 back markers at the moment are Bold Agent, Shady Nook and Miller Hill. As the leader comes to the third, Ryeman jumps it a long way clear of Glasgow Central and Champagne Charlie and Boreen Door and Okra Bora and Half Free on the inside. Just in behind them, St. Jonathan going well, then Stormy Spring. Boreen Prince on the far side with Istimur making progress now. Miller Hill has made a bit of ground, but Ryeman has a very commanding advantage as they race towards the 4th of the 8 flights in this Waterford Crystal Supreme Novices Hurdle. Ryeman jumps it with Alan Brown, a long way clear of Glasgow Central and Champagne Charlie. Then comes Okra Bora, who made a slight mistake there. Shady Nook jumped it last. Half Free's making ground on the inside, with Boreen Door still very well in contention also. Just in behind them is Istimur. St. Jonathan also not far behind the second group, but the leader coming to the 5th, still a long way clear. Ryeman jumps it about 15 lengths clear of Champagne Charlie, then Glasgow Central, then Okra Bora, then Half Free on the inside, then Istimur. Just in behind them, Bold Agent making a bit of progress now. St. Jonathan still very well in touch and beginning to run down the hill with only 3 flights left to jump, and Ryeman in splendid isolation at the moment as they race down the hill with only 3 flights left to jump. And Istimur has now moved into second. Bold Agent making ground on the outside. Half Free making ground on the inner. St. Jonathan coming there quite strongly too. Coming down to the 3rd last flight now. Ryeman jumped it a long way clear of Istimur, Bold Agent, then on the inside Half Free, and Boreen Prince also making very good progress with Miller Hill also. But it's Ryeman for the north of England with a commanding advantage still from 4 Irish pursuers now. Bold Agent, Istimur, Boreen Prince and Miller Hill, and Istimur has fallen there and has brought down Half Free. Istimur, a faller at that one, and Half Free has been brought down, and they're racing now around the home turn. And St. Jonathan was brought down, not Half Free, but Half Free was interfered with, and he's out of contention. Ryeman is coming to it with the advantage now, the clear advantage over Bold Agent, Miller Hill and Boreen Prince. Ryeman lands in the lead, Bold Agent lands second, Miller Hill lands third, racing into the closing stages, and it's Ryeman being pressed by Miller Hill, and then Bold Agent, and then Omnipotent putting in a tremendous run in the closing stages. And Miller Hill beginning to get up on the near side now, coming to challenge and take it up, and Miller Hill looks as though he's going to win it. And as they come to the line, Miller Hill has won it. In second place is Ryeman, third is Bold Agent in a photo with Omnipotent. Behind him came Boreen Prince and Noblissimo, and then Maori Venture. Behind Maori Venture was Champagne Charlie, and looking right back to the back markers, Stormy Spring and Tennis Track. The back markers, and so the result of the Waterford Crystal Supreme Novices Hurdle, first number 15. Miller Hill, owned by Mr. J.L. Harvey, trained in Ireland by Desi Hughes and ridden by Tom Morgan. Second was number 19, Ryeman, owned by Mr. David Slater, trained by Peter Easterby, ridden by Alan Brown, and it's a photograph for third place. A photograph between Bold Agent and Omnipotent, between